Let's open up the MATLAB script file, suspension systems parameters. All the dimensions required for the suspension system are specified here. For example, we see the chassis dimensions here. Let's create these variables in MATLAB by clicking on the Run button here. And let's go back to our model. And in our solid block, let's specify the dimensions as the MATLAB variables: chassis length, chassis width, and chassis height in the 3 dimensions. And let's specify the units to be in centimeters. And we can update the visualization by clicking on this button here and fit the model to view by clicking on this button here. Next, we will specify inertial properties. The function we're going to use is this function. Let's take a look at this by clicking on this function. Note that it takes 4 parameters as inputs. This function returns the dimensions for our suspension arm. This is to illustrate that we could write our own function similarly for a shape of our choice. Let's go back to the command window and create our variable here. So suspension arm equals, let's call our function with the parameters arm1's length, width, radius, and the number of poles. Let's execute this. We can see the suspension arm variable created here. Similar to before, we can visualize the cross section by plotting the columns of this variable against each other. So we can say plot suspension arm and plot the column 1 against 2. Let's execute this command and pull up our figure 1 here. Here we see the length of the rod and also the 2 holes. Let's specify this cross section in the solid block and see what this looks like. To do this, let's go back to the command prompt and copy the function call here with our parameters using our shortcut Control C. Go back to our model. Now click the solid block to access its parameters. With the shape set to general extrusion, let's paste our command here using the shortcut Control V. So note here that we can directly use function calls for the cross-section parameter. And let's set the length to the variable arm1 underscore extrusion length. And let's update the visualization to take a look at this. Let's fit this model into view. Here we can see the suspension arm. Let's go ahead and plot the columns of the revolution variable against each other to take a look at this cross-section. So let's make the figure here. So now here's the z-axis, and we will revolve this cross-section about the z-axis to create a revolved solid. To do this, let's go back to our model. So in our solid block, let's specify the cross-section to be the revolution variable. And let's set the extent of revolution to full and update our visualization to see our rim here. Now click the block to access the parameters. We will stick to using the revolution approach. Instead of the revolution variable, we will use the revolution variable that is also defined in our MATLAB script. Update the visualization to take a look at this. Now let's set the inertial properties. So in this case, we want the density to resemble the rubber, so we are going to set it to 1200. Let's also update the color. So in this case, let's update it to dark gray and select OK and update the visualization to take a look at this. Select OK to say changes to the components are aligned along the center of mass. Switch to the right view and then simulate our model. We can see the wheels undergoing force tests similar to the building mechanical assemblies part 2 training video. Let's pause this animation a bit. Here we see the roll set. We can see the 2 plots, namely the camber angle and the roll center here, and determine that the current parameter and configuration does not satisfy our goals. The next step is, and we can see that it is within the signal bounds, so the optimization was successful. The final value of the optimized response can be accessed by double-clicking on our design variable set. These variables are also updated in the MATLAB. Value for the chassis distance parameter was 10, and right now it has converged to 11.8. And the initial value for the upper arm length was 40, and it has converged to 38.8. This is our final configuration. Let's compare the initial configuration. We can see that the upper arm length is reduced, resulting in the wheels pointing towards the suspension, resulting in a negative number. Based on our distance variable, the upper arm configuration is also towards the top. Let's select the model from optimized configuration to take a look at the final results. We can see that the roll center is also in a lower position. Let's go back to the response